Next is enthalpy of atomization. It is the enthalpy change on breaking 1 mole of bond completely to obtain atoms in the gaseous phase. Example, methane. In methane we have 4 CH bonds, and the amount of energy required to break all these 4 CH bonds in 1 mole of methane is 1665 kilojoules mole inverse. In case of the diatomic molecules, the enthalpy of atomization is also equals to the bond dissociation enthalpy. Say example, in hydrogen molecule, to break the bond of hydrogen molecule, we need to give 435 kilojoules per mole of energy. In case of the metals, the enthalpy of atomization is equals to the enthalpy of sublimation. Metals, we all know, they are present in the solid state. So, to convert the solid metal into the gaseous metal atoms, the energy is used up, and this energy is known as the enthalpy of sublimation, which is also equal to the enthalpy of atomization. Next, bond enthalpy. Children, we know that the chemical reactions, they involve the breaking and the making of the chemical bonds. Remember that the bond breaking requires energy and the bond formation releases energy. On the basis of the type of the molecule, bond enthalpy is categorized into 2 types. When the molecules are diatomic, we talk about the bond dissociation enthalpy, and when the molecules are polyatomic, we talk about the mean bond enthalpy. First, bond dissociation enthalpy. The bond dissociation enthalpy is the change in the enthalpy when 1 mole of the covalent bond of the gaseous covalent molecule is broken to form products in the gas phase. Take the example of chlorine. Here, in the chlorine, 1 mole of chlorine will have 1 mole of single covalent bond, and the amount of energy required to break this 1 mole of the single covalent bond in chlorine molecule, the energy required is 242 kilojoules mole inverse. Next, for the polyatomic molecules, we talk about the mean bond enthalpy. Here, let's take the example of methane. In methane, we know that 4 CH bonds are present, and so to break all these 4 bonds and to convert methane into the carbon and hydrogen gaseous atoms, the amount of energy required is 1665 kilojoules mole inverse. Now see what happens when the CH bonds are broken in step by step manner. When the first CH bond is broken in methane, CH3 species remains back and a hydrogen atom is given out. This step involves 427 kilojoules per mole of energy. Now from the CH3 species, when another bond is cleaved, then it gives CH2. Now this CH bond cleavage requires 439 kilojoules per mole of energy. Now we can see that in the first and in the second reaction steps, the amount of energy required to break the same bond, that is CH, is different. Next, in the third, the CH2 species, when another CH bond is broken to give CH and hydrogen atom, then again we can see that the amount of energy required to break the same CH bond is now different. It is 452 kilojoules mole inverse. Lastly, the CH remaining back, it breaks down to give carbon atom and the hydrogen atom, and the enthalpy involved in this breaking is 347 kilojoules mole inverse. Now if we add all these 4 step-by-step bond dissociation enthalpies, we would find that the sum of these enthalpies will be equal to the enthalpy of atomization. Now thus, the mean bond enthalpy for methane will be the average of the bond dissociation enthalpy of CH bond. Earlier we have seen that there are 4 CH bonds in methane, and so we will divide the enthalpy of atomization by 4. When the enthalpy of formation is not available, then one can find the enthalpy of reaction by using the bond enthalpies. And the standard enthalpy of reaction is the amount of energy required to break all the bonds in the reactant molecules minus the amount of energy required to break all the bonds in the product molecule, keeping in mind that all the reactants and the products must be present in the gaseous state.